Okay, minimalism. I love it. I actually came across with it through a documentary. I watched a documentary on Netflix. I don't know when it was released, 2018 or something. And I came across with it, and I really love the first scene. I think the first scene is like everyone. I think it's on Black Friday. They are running through the stores, storming in and trying to jump over each other's head just to get a device that is cheaper, on a discount. And oof, you see that agglomeration of people, that amount, that crowd, and it's so overwhelming and it's scary. People get hurt in those events. I don't know if you even can call it an event. It's just a sales, insane sales. And I watched that, and then of course they talk about minimalism in general. They just use that as an impact. And I'm a traveler. I've been traveling for a year and a half. So being a minimalist is extremely helpful. I used to be a minimalist even before. What does that mean? It's basically not having a lot of belongings or items or goods or whatever you call them. It's extremely freeing. I don't know how to explain that, but the less you have, the freer you feel. It's weird, and that has happened to me clearly. And of course, as a traveler, my perspective would be, going through airports, checking in hotels or guest houses or hostels, or crashing at someone's house. You meet a lot of people during your trip, so sometimes someone can offer you a couch. If you don't have a lot of stuff, everything is easier, everything is faster, you have less stress, you can carry your whole life on your back. That's beautiful. And this concept, right? So I haven't had a place that I can call home for a year and a half, which is quite a long time. And my home, of course, I cannot call that home, but my life is on my back, with my backpack. For a long time traveling, I had a small suitcase, and my backpack I would carry some books. So yeah, I didn't buy those how do you call them, the backpackers backpack. I had a small suitcase. I don't know why. I think backpacks are way better. But I was in Thailand. I got rid of a huge backpack that I used to have, got a very small one. Life got easier. Didn't add anything else. Sometimes when you're traveling, you have extra items, but nothing. I have never had to actually check in any baggage, which is awesome. No stress. Of course, a backpack would be a little bit better. I remember when I was in Laos. Laos was a little hard because the roads are not great, so having a backpack is way better. And this is something that I'm gonna look for. But anyway, the idea of being a minimalist, right? Not having to worry about belongings, about things that you have or things. If you go through your house right now or even your room, I am sure 100% that you're gonna find things that are totally useless, that you could get rid of today and they wouldn't matter to you. We always have something. It could be clothes, it could be some items or objects from our childhood that sometimes we put a lot of attachment. I have lost all attachment, emotional attachment to objects. And I know sometimes it can be a little bit extreme. There are things that you regard as something, extremely emotional. It's a fond memory. But the more you get rid of stuff, the more you lose that. Because then your focus is not on things, but on experiences. So when I'm doing something, I don't actually think about purchasing a thing or a good or an object, but maybe a situation or an experience, right? I would prefer to, spend money on a concert or even a comedy show than buy a new watch. And to be honest though, we have phones. I can just, okay, it's 7:30. I know it's about style. I'm not gonna get into that. Cool. Have your watch. But what I'm trying to say is minimalism has changed my life completely. And of course, I would totally recommend the documentary. The documentary is actually called Minimalism or Minimalist. Minimalism or Minimalist, one of those. And it's on Netflix, I think, still. Yeah, but if you write minimalist or minimalism documentary, it's going to be the first one to show up. Totally recommended. And yeah, and that's not only for travelers. I am giving the perspective of a traveler because that's what I am now. But if it's in your hometown, in your routine, having less is always better. You always have less stress. You have more room in your house to even invite people or to do something else. Sometimes you can even change the landscape of your house, right? And it doesn't even need to be something huge, but whenever I see a room with a lot of objects, with a lot of things, with a lot of stimuli, I get a little crazy. I really don't like it. So the fact that I can look at everything that I have and say, oh, yeah, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. And that's it. It's so freeing because I don't have to think. I don't have to waste time thinking, oh, I think maybe I should move this. Oh, this is, I don't have room for that. I don't have, what should I, I don't have this. And especially because for more than a year and a half, my life has been on my backpack or suitcase, little suitcase, which is basically the same. But yeah, I totally recommend it. So minimalism